At least at the start.
Okay, I think we are live now. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I see a lot of people are already there on the stream. A lot of discussion has already taken place. So, good evening, everyone. Okay. We are here to answer all the queries that you have. Any questions that you have, please ask them in this particular live stream so that we clear them. We'll be discussing basically mistakes to avoid, what you should keep in mind before going into the cat room, and basically all the things that we have learned over the years about how to prepare and how to essentially the exam taking part of cat. We'll be covering all of that. But if you have any doubts about like what you should be doing in the last day essentially, we'll be answering all of that. So good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Okay, hi guys. Before we get started, there is one thing I wanted to ask you. This is a subreddit that we have just started. Please do join it. You can look it up. We'll post the link on the YouTube chat. We'll also give a post to it in the description of this video. This is something that I want all of you to join so that we can interact better. This is something that I'm going to use in the run up to the examination and for discussions after the CAT is also over with respect to response rates, all of those things. But this is basically because many of the other subreddits I feel are just crazily toxic and extremely confusing right now. I wanted this subreddit to be more motivating and encouraging to students. That is the reason we actually started it. You can just check it out. You can go to reddit/r I am cat preparation and you can go through it. This is basically moderated by me and other members of Cracku. If you are interested in being a moderator for this, you are free to message us. You can just send us a mail to support@cracku.in. We just want this to be a fairly normal, very less moderated channel where people can come and talk. The only thing I don't want is just too much negativity or toxicity, which I see in many of the other subreddits. If you're a student who's preparing for CAT, if you want to be a moderator, you can get in touch with us at support@cracku.in. We will definitely get back to you and we can make you a moderator. That is the first thing I wanted to say, and then you can go ahead.
So yeah, a lot of people are asking, ma'am, what should I do tomorrow? So first thing, I would say that get your sleep cycle in order. For those who are going to have the first slot on 30th November, make sure that you rise up early tomorrow. You go to bed early tomorrow, so that you're fully rested by before the exam as such. So at least if you're in first slot tomorrow, wake up early tomorrow so that you get into that sleep cycle. The second thing is that for the guys who are having second slot or third slot, do not wake up too early. So try to adjust your sleep cycle according to this slot that you have. The second thing that I will say is tomorrow take it a very light day. If needed, at least in the first half, you can see the revision videos. But I would say that as much as possible, try to relax tomorrow. Try to basically take a rest day tomorrow. I would suggest taking or seeing anything which actually relaxes you. So, seeing a feel good movie, seeing a funny movie, all of these things actually will relax you, make you much more calmer. And that is very, very important just before CAT, because for a lot of you, I know that there is a lot of anxiety, stress. So I would say don't take mocks or anything like that before the last day. If you want to work even on the last day, max do revision videos or some amount of like say solving of quantity, etc. Definitely don't do a mock or sectional tomorrow, because that would be just increasing your anxiety for no reason. But what I would say is that try to take a full rest day tomorrow. Try to go for a walk. Do something where you will actually lower your stress levels, lower your anxiety levels. That is about tomorrow. Make sure that on cat day that you do the following. Firstly, tomorrow get your bag ready. So what do you need in your bag? So basically, you need your admit card printout. You will need a photo ID. The photo ID should be a proper ID. A lot of people have been asking me, ma'am, can you take the Xerox of Aadhaar card? No, it should be a proper Xerox, proper like Aadhaar card printout. So make sure that it is the original photo ID that you're taking. The photo ID name should be the same as your name on the hall ticket. Take a photo with you. Take actually two photos with you. You can paste one of them and you can take an additional photo. The second thing that I will say is that before you go in, make sure you remove your belt, earrings, any chains that you have. They don't allow anything inside. So even if you have a chain for religious reason or something like that, they won't allow it inside. So make sure that you remove all jewelry, anything metal outside itself. Even heavy jackets will be something that will be screened a lot. So I would say if you are taking, take a light jacket. And I would also say that make sure that you are having like the everything ready and packed in your bag a day earlier. Also have a clear bottle of water. A steel bottle, etc., is not allowed. So a clear bottle, a clear plastic bottle is allowed for you to be taken inside. So make sure everything is packed on tomorrow night itself. So don't leave it for 30th morning. And secondly, I would say that tomorrow night itself, verify the location. This is another mistake I have seen a lot of students make over the years, that they go to another location. Because if you search for ion digital zones, there are literally like hundreds of them. So
They're saying your voice is not clear.
Sorry. Oh, I'm not wearing this. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I hope it is clear now.
You have to repeat
Okay.
the entire thing.
I have to repeat the entire
No,
thing.
no, I'm just joking.
Okay. So what should we do today? Today you can solve questions. Just I would say that today and maybe first half of tomorrow you can solve questions, but don't take any mocks or sectionals. Try to de-stress this point of time. Any additional work is not going to get you much more marks, but adding stress or pressure is actually going to reduce marks. So I want you to take today and tomorrow to decompress entirely, to relax, to reduce the stress that you have. See a feel-good movie, just relax for as much as possible, because on 30th November I want you to be like completely switched on, completely ready to go. As I was mentioning earlier, make sure you have your packed bag, your printout of admit card, photo ID, photos. Take 2 photos and a clear plastic bottle with water. Pack it the one day before, that is on 29th itself. Another thing is that make sure you check the location beforehand. A lot of students have gone to the wrong location, and it happens every year, and every year a lot of students tell that, okay ma'am, I made this mistake and it cost me a year. I don't want you guys to make the mistake. So whatever is the location in your admit card, make sure that you check that location out properly, because a lot of people make this mistake. Don't make that mistake. Okay.
I'll give tips for slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. I recorded a video on it yesterday, but I'll again say that for people who haven't seen that shot. For slot 1 people, I would say one of the things that is important, especially for slot 1, is to be prepared mentally if any change comes in the pattern of the examination. I don't know anything about the paper. I know exactly as much as you do, nothing more. But it is always important for slot 1 people to be prepared if, say, the number of questions in RC changes, or the number of questions in LRDA changes, or the number of sets change, or the number of questions in quant changes. Any one of this can happen. For example, if I'm not wrong, in CAT 2023, there were 4 LRDA sets, and in CAT 2024, there were 5 LRDA sets. Sometime in the last 3-4 years, we used to have sets which had 6 questions. So if anything like that repeats, I don't want you to get flustered. So be mentally prepared that if anything comes, that should be okay. You are mentally ready to handle it. The second thing I would tell you for slot 1 students is to not go in with a very rigid number of questions that you want to answer, because the examination difficulty is not known. Whether it is easy, whether it is difficult, we don't know it. So if you're going in thinking that if the paper is easy, I will attempt like say 3 LRDA sets, and say the paper is difficult, then I don't want you to get flustered if you're not able to solve more than say 2 LRDA sets. Similarly, if you are assuming that the paper will be very difficult, and in quant you want to attempt like say 7 questions, but then you find that okay, you're able to attempt questions quickly, then don't be mentally like too happy after you get 7 questions correct and then chill, because maybe the paper is very easy and many people might be solving 7 questions. So basically go there with an empty mind, with a lot of flexibility about the number of questions you want to answer, because you're not really sure about the difficulty of the paper. These are basically the mental tips that I would give slot 1 students.
Okay, somebody is asking, is the same photo mandatory? Yes, you should have the same photo. What I would suggest is, if you have the soft copy, just get a printout of it. This has happened to us before, where we no longer had the hard copy of the photo that we submitted. So we just took like a scan of the photo that we submitted, and we took printouts of it. It's just it's better to have that photo than to have a completely different photo. Okay.
One second, I'll answer a question by Avinash. After that, maybe you can give slot 2 tips. Okay. Avinash is asking that he has to go from Bangalore to Mysore, and the train will reach Mysore at 6:40 a.m. And I am assuming his is slot 1, and the center is 15 minutes away from that particular station. And is it okay if he goes on the same day? I know, Avinash, this is not the answer that you would probably want to listen from me, but I would recommend you to go to the go to Mysore tomorrow itself. That is on Saturday, because you want to give your best shot on the day of the examination. If you're going to wake up very early, and if you're taking a train and then you're going to go there, it involves a lot of travel. It will involve you to wake up quite early. It will also involve you to take a train to actually go there. I don't know how much time it will take from Bangalore to Mysore, but I think it is around 2 hours, 2 hours or 2.5 hours. That is just will ensure that you'll have to wake up so early. Your sleep will be disturbed. So your examination performance will be at least worse by 10% from your potential, because you won't be able to sleep properly. All of these things I think can be avoided if you just go to Mysore one day early, book a hotel, sleep there. Then at least your performance, just on the basis of this, you will be better rested, you will have less anxiety with respect to all of this travel, and you will perform better on the day, even by say 10%. That is why if I am in your place, I would definitely go to Mysore tomorrow, book a hotel, and go to the examination center.
Okay, I'll answer some of the questions. Ayush, I read your chat, but I feel that I have to answer questions when it is a live session. That is the point of the live session, that I do doubt solving. Otherwise, we have recorded videos also where we actually just solve questions without any interaction. So if you do not want interaction, you could either see the recorded videos or you could just mute when I'm answering questions when the solving is not on. One more thing, a lot of people have asked, okay, is full shirt, full sleeves shirt allowed? It is allowed. Are earrings allowed? They are not allowed. No kind of jewelry is allowed. Okay, so remove that before going in. I would also say that take a bag with you, because you can then keep any valuables, your wallet, etc., inside the bag, and keep the bag in the center. They have like a storage facility, keep it there. The best case scenario would be taking a parent, so that you can leave all of these things with a parent and then go inside. So then you will be stress free before when you go inside, and you don't have to wait in a line to like take things while coming outside also. Otherwise, you would have to queue up to submit, and you have to queue up to take it back also. All of that hassle will be removed if you take a parent with you to the exam center. They can wait outside. Okay. One more thing that
Guys, please do like the stream.
Yeah.
We have like 400 people watching the stream, and I think only less than 100 likes. So please do like it so that more people can join us. On that note, I also wanted to advise you one more thing. Now that 400 people are here, I'm sorry if I'm repeating it again, but we have just started this subreddit called I am CAT Preparation. This is the subreddit that I will be using to interact with students very regularly. In the run up to CAT, in the next 1 or 2 days, probably not much, but especially after CAT is over, with respect to how to prepare for GDPIs, ask me anything, all of those things. And if you have any doubts with respect to the answer sheets or the normalization, scorecards, all of those things, this is what we'll be using. And I'm also looking for any moderators among the student community. If you have time and if you are able to help us in moderating it, because these days I'm noticing like crazy amounts of spam on Reddit by a lot of bot farms, which I don't want. I don't want negativity. I don't want bots. So if you are willing to moderate, you are more than welcome. Please do send a mail to support@cracku.in. We will definitely interact with you, and we will probably make you a moderator, because we are actually looking for student moderators. The second thing I would tell you is with respect to what you can do tomorrow. Tomorrow is the one day. There's not a lot of things that you can do. I would advise you to not take a mock. I would, maybe if you want to take a sectional, I know it is frowned upon. But I think maybe if push comes to shove, maybe taking 1 or 2 sectionals is okay. But other than that, if you're looking to revise, there'll be 2 videos that I'll definitely advise you to watch. One is you can just search over here. I think what you need to search is Cracku Cat Formula Revision. This was a 7.5 hour stream that we did a few weeks back. I think maybe 2 weeks back or so. You can already see it has like more than 50,000 likes. This is a fantastic video. This will revise all the important formulas that are needed for CAT. We'll first explain the formula, and after that we actually solve one question so that you're able to understand the formula very well. This is something that I would definitely recommend you to watch. I know that it is 7.5 hours long, so probably you will not be able to watch it completely, but there are timestamps in the video. So if there is any particular formula in say geometry that you want to revise, definitely do check it out. This is one video I would definitely recommend you to watch. The second video is again one of my favorite video. This is Cracku Cat 2025. Just Google search on YouTube Cracku Cat 2025 Quant Revision. You'll get this video. It is around 2.5 hours long. All the important formulas with respect to CAT are discussed. The point of these 2 videos is if an easy question comes from any topic that you're not comfortable with, still there is a good chance you can actually get it correct if you watch these videos. That is why we actually made it. Now, Sayali, do you have anything for...
A lot of people are asking what they can wear, especially in northern India where they have a very chilly weather. See, you're allowed to take in a light jacket, you're allowed to take in something, but you have to remove it there. So basically, it's like a scanner kind of thing you have to remove it, put it through scanner, and then wear it back again. So don't wear a hoodie where it is difficult for you to remove it there. Wear a jacket if needed, but not a very heavy, very thick jacket. A light jacket is okay. Something that you can easily remove, which can easily go through the scanner and that you can take inside. You can wear an additional jacket outside, which you can leave in your bag outside. Bags are not allowed to be taken in, but there will be a storage facility where you can keep the bag. Basically, they have a locker kind of system. You can give the bag, they'll give you a tag, and you can take it back at the end of the session. But I would say keep a light jacket with you, because sometimes even in the center it can be very chilly because they run AC on full blast at times. So even in the center, you can feel a bit cold. So I would say keep a light jacket with you, keep a clear water bottle with you, remove all jewelry, and that you should be fine to go. Okay.
Sonima is asking, Sonima Dwivedi, she comes to many of our live classes. She's a student of Cracku. She's asking that, should I just see the combined revision video of all the 3 sections of Sayali ma'am tomorrow? I think I would definitely recommend that. When I used to take CAT in the last 5-6 years, just one day before the CAT examination, I would see her video on BARC. I think it is around 45 minutes long, where she basically discusses all the important things that we should keep in mind when we are attempting the verbal ability questions. That is because some of the options, basically she gives nice tricks about how we can rule out some of the options. And I always used to watch it because I used to feel that revising it one day before the examination is very helpful. Similarly, I think a very good thing that you can do tomorrow is watch the revision videos. This is one revision video in quant. There will be another revision video which looks something very similar to this. Okay, if you actually go it, you'll get to the right. This is part 1, that is part 2. Both the revision videos of quant will take you around 4 hours, but they will be definitely bang on buck. They will be totally worth the time that you have invested. In addition to it, there is one video on VRC, like I mentioned, around less than 1 hour long, and one video on LRDA, which also is around 1 hour long. I know that in the last one day, it might be stressful to watch all of these videos, but there are just 4 videos. 2 in quant, 1 in verbal, 1 in LRDA. Definitely watch them, and after watching them, you will definitely thank me. Because I used to watch them regularly, especially the VRC one, and it used to always help me quite a lot.
Okay, so one thing that I will say, somebody is asking where can we find these videos. They are on our YouTube channel, so just search for Cracku
CAT 2025 Quant Complete Revision.
Okay, and a lot
or we'll just put it on the chat row.
Okay.
You can click on it and bookmark that page because you might miss it out otherwise.
Okay, a lot of people are asking about what if panic sets in or what to do to manage stress. So I would say one thing that I actually use quite a bit whenever I'm stressed or whenever I'm panicky. Before we go in, okay, after you go through the entire screening, etc., once you go into the once you go and sit at your system, just close your eyes and try to remove any other external thought, anything before the test actually starts. Because a lot of when we are actually coming from outside, we have a lot of stress built up, we have a lot of anxiety built up. On exam day, we have like a lot of adrenaline flowing also. So the first thing that I want you to do is when you get at your seat, try to calm down and try to do like breathing or something like that to try to reduce your like heartbeat, anxiety, everything. The adrenaline is good, it actually helps you attempt more. But too much adrenaline, too much excitement can actually be a detraction. So do some breathing or some close your eyes, just try to meditate or in some way so that you reduce your stress levels before the exam starts. Remember, there's like a half an hour to 45-minute wait before even like the test screen starts, anything happens. So you'll be like sitting for a very long time before anything starts. Use that time to actually reduce the stress on yourself. This is just before the exam starts. Now, if in the exam, if you start say panicking or if stress starts, what do? In quant section, what I generally do is if I feel that I'm panicking, what I do is I go to the end of the paper. So I feel that, okay, I'm not doing fast enough. I'm very slow in solving. So, or if I'm very badly stuck, okay, I'm stuck in a question. I've spent 4 or 5 minutes. I've not gotten the answer. Just to come out of that feeling of being stuck, I just go to the last question. It's like trying to cut off everything that has happened and just start from a blank slate. So I go to the last question and try to go from the reverse order. The idea is that by doing that, you try to hit the reset button. And whenever I hit the reset button like that, my stress kind of goes down. Similarly, when it happens in, say, LRDI, if I'm panicking, I'm stuck, I'm not able to do the set further. Then what I do is I take like a break, 5 seconds to breathe. Is everything okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So I just take 5 seconds to breathe and then I try to count down, say 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just to catch my breath. Then I read the instructions again. If I'm stuck in LRDI, I'm sure that I have misread an instruction, which is why I'm not getting the answer. So then I take a small break. I read the instructions again because I know that if I read the instructions again, if it is a set that is solvable by me, I read the instructions again, I will find the answer. Just try to, whenever you feel that, okay, I am like getting very panicky. Whenever I feel my heart rate has gone too up, I'm getting too anxious. I just try to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, just to reduce the pressure, just to reduce the stress levels.
One thing I wanted to tell you is, I'll tell you a story about a student who used to work at Cracku. Every year we hire students who have done well in CAT. Somebody who has scored around say 97 to 99 percentile. They work with us for around 1-2 years. They take CAT and then they do their MBA in a good college. This is something that we have been doing. A few years back, we used to have one student who was a pretty smart fellow. In the mocks, he was doing quite well. On the day of the examination in LRDI, he really choked and he performed very poorly. So he attempted very few questions because somehow on that day he was not able to perform. But when the quant section came, he was pretty good at both quant as well as LRDA. Even though he underperformed in LRDA, he gave quant his best. And then he came out of the examination and I asked him the next day in office that I was asking all the content managers, how was CAT? How did you do? How did you do? And many of them did well, but this guy on whom I had a lot of hopes, he told me that, sir, I completely messed up LRDA. I did well in quant and verbal, but because I underperformed in LRDA, I will not be able to go into a good institute. When the answer sheet came, all the questions that he attempted in LRDA were correct. Even though he attempted very few, but all of them were correct, and he just about crossed the sectional cutoff. He did extremely well in quant and extremely well in verbal, and he finally ended up getting, I think, 99.78 or something, and finally ended up in IIM Calcutta. The reason I'm telling you this story is because I have a lot of respect for that guy. Because even when LRDA was completely, he felt he performed very poorly. He felt that there was no way he would clear the cutoff. But he just didn't give up at that time. He still ensured that he gave his best in quant. And he did very well in quant. Because of which, even though he scored poorly in LRDA, his overall score was 99.78. That I find very inspiring because it is very easy for somebody to just feel demotivated, just feel like a victim, say that, okay, CAT is unfair, it is one thing, one day examination, all of this. But at that time, he didn't think of it that way. He thought, I messed up LRDA, but let me give my best in quant. And that clearly worked out for him. So even if you feel on the day of the examination that you are underperforming somewhere, even though you feel that the examination is not going according to plan, you don't know how difficult the paper is for others. So even if things seem bad, don't give up. Put fight till the last minute because you never really know what the cutoffs will be.
Okay. Some of the questions that I'm seeing is that can we take car keys inside? You cannot take. You cannot take any metal. So basically, remember, earrings, watch, anything which is metal, you cannot take in. Car keys, no metal is allowed. So everything which is metal, you have to remove outside. Another thing that I'm being asked is about the admit card. Can it be an printed card? Absolutely okay. There is no difference. They say laser printer, but it doesn't matter. Secondly, somebody was asking that the photo is blurry or the signature is blurry. As long as your photo that is there with you is the same photo, it will not matter. As long as the signatures kind of matches, it will not matter. They don't do like a forensic analysis. It has to be nearly the same. Okay.
Somebody was asking about the CAT 2026 course. We do have a course for CAT 2026. You can just call the support number and you can figure it out. But right now, I would advise you to focus on CAT 2025. Don't be pessimistic. If you are looking for CAT 2026 course, you can just send a mail to support@cracku.in or you can call us on our support number. Maybe we'll post the support number. But for normal students, I would advise you that if you're taking CAT 2025, don't be pessimistic. Feel that you can actually give the best on CAT 2025, which is just 2 days away. Right now, thinking about CAT 2026, I would feel is not the right way to approach the examination. It is just 2 days away, so focus more on giving your best day after tomorrow. Similarly, many people are asking about ZAT course also. I would again tell you, ZAT course and CAT 2026, we do have courses for both of them. The live classes and all will start immediately after CAT is over. But right now is not the time for you to think about it. Right now, focus on what you can do day after tomorrow to give the best out of yourself.
Okay, somebody is asking, should I give mock tomorrow? Don't give mocks tomorrow. That is not a good thing because I want you to be very positive, very upbeat, and there should be nothing that shakes your confidence. A lot of people are also asking that I have gotten this much in mocks, what can I expect? I have gotten that much in mocks, what can I expect? See, I'll tell you that you should basically think that how much ever you have gotten in mocks, you should beat that in actual CAT. A lot of people basically have, you have your personal best till now, right? You have to beat that personal best number in actual CAT. That should always be your idea. That should always be the mindset. So if your personal best till now has been 70, you should try for 80, 85, 90 in actual CAT. If your personal best till now has been 100, 110, you should try for 130 or 140 in CAT. You should always say that on the big stage, I will do much better than what I have been doing in the practice runs. On the big stage, I will hold my nerve and I will actually go beyond what I have been doing till now. You have to believe it.
On that note, I don't know how many of you actually follow Olympics, but we all know that Neeraj Chopra won the Olympic gold in Tokyo. Now, in the run up to that Olympics, there was another javelin thrower. I think he's from Germany. I think called Weber. He used to cross 90 meters quite regularly in that year. And Neeraj Chopra's best was, I think, at that time around 87. So when I was in I follow sports quite a lot. So when I was looking at Olympics and all the medals that we can get, I thought that the best chance that Neeraj has is silver because this guy Weber is just extremely good. On the day of the tournament, in fact, in the qualifying round, Neeraj Chopra hit his best and he qualified for the final in his first throw. Weber also qualified to the final, but in the final, Neeraj Chopra again bettered his best and he put his personal best of all time. Weber, on the other hand, could not get past. I think he performed very poorly on the day of the final, because of which Neeraj won the gold. I always felt after looking at it, and many of my friends used to tell me that Neeraj Chopra's mental game is just totally awesome, which I think is what we should all aspire to be. On the day when you can imagine, right? It is Olympics. It is probably he also would be thinking that okay, this is probably once in a lifetime kind of a chance. There are so many people who are watching him. There is like a billion hopes on him, but he put his best, okay, his all-time best on that particular day. If he can do it, we should all aspire to do it. There are some people who can do it. We should all aspire to give our best when it really matters.
Okay, so somebody is asking, should I shave because the beard is not there in the admit card picture? It doesn't matter. They're not looking at that much. They are basically making sure that you roughly match what you are looking like and you don't have any metal going in. A lot of people are asking that my signature is rotated 90 degrees. Again, don't worry about these things. These things you are basically making it much bigger than they should be. These are not going to really stop you. It doesn't matter. It will not matter at all. A lot of people are asking that what do you
quickly give tips for slot 2 and slot 3.
Okay, sure.
And I don't want to waste too much of your time, man. I'll just give you tips for slot 2 and slot 3, and I'll tell you what I think you should do tomorrow, and then we'll end the stream. For people who are in slot 3, I will give an advice. You can give advice for slot 2. Okay. Slot 3 people, I would say one of the things that you should be very mindful about, because I've taken the examination many times in slot 3, I have always noticed that just the wait itself is very tiring. You're just waiting. You know that many of the people have taken the examination and your turn to take the examination comes at 4:30 p.m., which seems like pretty late in the day. Just that waiting, if you're overthinking, if you're thinking that, okay, what is the kind of RCs that are asked? What are the kind of LRDs that are asked? How is the difficulty of LRDs? How is the difficulty of quant? If you're thinking about these things a lot, you will get very tired by the time you reach the examination center. So that is something that I would never do, and I would advise you to be mindful of not doing it. Don't spend too much time on Reddit, don't spend too much time on any of the other platforms where you get sucked into many of these discussions, which are like pretty pointless. Tomorrow, and for slot 3 people, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, just try to keep your mind calm. Try not to waste a lot of your mental energy just in the process of waiting. Anything that is not useful, don't spend your mental energy on it, thinking about it. On the day of the examination, just relax, maybe watch a movie, maybe watch a sitcom. Not because you will enjoy it, but because you're at least getting your mind to not think of unnecessary things. That I think is sufficient. Other than that, don't get obsessed about the kind of LRDI sets that are asked. What is the difficulty of this slot? What is the difficulty of that slot? All of those things I don't think are super important. Yes, if there is any big change in the pattern, it would be always good for you to know it. But other than that, don't dwell deep into the difficulty level of each set. That I think will be just counterproductive.
Okay, so I'll go with the slot 2 guidelines. At 11 o'clock, after the first slot is over, we'll be going live and we'll be telling only the things that are pertinent. Is there any pattern change? Is there any change in difficulty? Is any section very difficult? How should you adjust your attempts? All these like broad level important things we'll say, but we will not go into like specifics of which LRDI sets came, etc. Because that does not matter, because the same set of LRDIs will not come. So if scheduling came in slot 1, the same scheduling will not come in slot 2. So we'll not go into the specifics, but at the broader level, we'll prepare you for what to expect in slot 2. I want you to see the video because it does matter. It makes a difference, because suppose if you are going in thinking that I have to solve 16 questions and quant is very, very difficult, you have to adjust those expectations downwards. So then you can say that if quant is very difficult, I should be happy with 12 questions or even 10 questions. If quant is like 2023 level, 8 to 10 questions are very good. So I want you to just know if a particular section is of a different pattern or if a section is particularly difficult. That is the only thing that really matters. See that video and then go in. The second thing is that do not eat a heavy lunch. This is an advice that I will give to everybody, particularly slot 2 and slot 3. What you eat will slow you down in the second slot and the third slot. So for the second slot, I would say that do not eat a heavy lunch. eat something which is like between breakfast and lunch. I would say eat a very heavy breakfast, or eat something which is at like 11 o'clock just before you, 10:30. Eat something and then go in. I don't want you to be slowed down. All of you, before you go in, eat nuts because they give a lot of energy, and they give energy without slowing you down because they are not heavy on your stomach. So eat cashews, pistas, whatever, because they will give you that burst of energy that is really required. And also, I would say that do not dwell too much in the morning about what has happened in slot one. A lot of people just say, like, they can't stop themselves from saying कि slot one का क्या हुआ, slot one का क्या हुआ. Once we go live, we'll send you a WhatsApp message. Just see that, and that should be it. Do not like spend the entire morning on live. Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely do a live once the first slot is over. But again, like she was saying, we will not discuss too many things. Just if there are any big changes, big picture changes, that is all that we would want to reveal. Because I think many people would be benefited by doing that. Yeah, I think many institutes would do it. We also probably will mostly do it immediately after the first slot is over. Now, coming to what has to be done tomorrow. In my opinion, I want you to just relax. Don't completely give up on studies. Like, you can watch some of the videos that I mentioned. People are asking for videos. I discussed that earlier. This is basically the playlist that I would want you to watch. Yeah, I think we'll give a description. We'll give the link for this playlist in the description of this video. That is one thing I want to watch. Second thing is, if you can watch the formula revision video, that also will be good. Other than that, don't get super worked up. Don't strain yourself too much. Don't work too hard tomorrow because you don't want to be tired on the day of the examination. Just relax, maybe watch some web series, chill web series, or some good movie. That I think is sufficient.
Okay, for slot one, I'm just coming to slot one. A lot of people are asking. Make sure that you wake up tomorrow early so that you get into the zone of waking up early in the morning, like 6:30 you should wake up, so that you sleep early tomorrow night. If you wake up late tomorrow, you're going to sleep late, and again it is going to mean that you're going to not have enough sleep before the exam. One more thing that I know from experience is that a lot of people are not able to sleep well before the exam. Maruti used to have like a lot of very poor sleep before the exam. So you used to have like 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep. But don't worry, even if you don't have like very good sleep, the adrenaline will make sure that you still do a very good attempt. Don't worry about, okay, I didn't get enough sleep or anything of that sort. It will be fine. But I want you guys to try to get as good a sleep as possible. So one way for slot one guys to get good sleep is to go to sleep early tomorrow night. And for to do that, you have to wake up tomorrow early so that you can adjust your sleep schedule accordingly. Secondly, make sure that whatever transport mechanism is going to take you to the exam center, you have fixed it today itself. Whoever, if you have fixed with a cab guy or anything of that sort, make sure that you have it ready. You call that guy like one day early, fix with him that it is an important thing. It should not happen that at like when it is time to start, that person has not turned up. And this happens quite a bit in early morning slots because the person just doesn't wake up or something like that. Make sure that entire process should be stress free. Okay. And another thing, don't eat. You can eat a breakfast, but not very heavy. Eat nuts. Eat something. Don't eat don't have Red Bull or lot of coffee. If you normally take coffee, have coffee. But I would say that do not overdo caffeine. Do not have Red Bull, because what happens is that you're already at like your adrenaline is already over here, so you're already slightly shaky. Having too much caffeine will mean that you're like completely shaking, which you don't want to happen. You just need calories so that you can sustain that adrenaline and energy through 2 hours. And actually, you're fatigued at the end of 2 hours. So you really need calories. So calories in the form of nuts, energy bars, anything is good.
Okay, guys, that is it from us. I know that you guys have put in a lot of effort. I have full confidence in you. The only thing I would tell you is on the particular day after tomorrow, I want you to enjoy the experience. You will be feeling nervous on that particular day, but you should have some excitement that you're going to the examination center. There'll be a lot of people, a lot of your peers who will be taking the examination. So look at it as a good experience and try to make it as memorable as you can. And like I said many times earlier, remember that CAT is just one examination. How you do is not going to define who you are, and it is not going to define where you will actually reach in your life. There will be ups and downs. If you do well, there might be some advantage in the short term. If you don't do well, there might be some disadvantage, but all of that is in the short term. It won't matter after 3-4 years quite a lot. That is all I wanted to say. One last thing is I want you to please go to this Reddit. This is a subreddit that we actually started recently because we found that many of the Reddit discussions right now are just being extremely like negative and pretty like toxic. I didn't want a examination like CAT to be filled with negative and toxic subreddits. That is the reason we actually started it. We are also looking for moderators from the student community. Some of the moderators right now are from Cracku, but we are looking for student moderators. If you are a student moderator who wants to moderate this subreddit, please do send a mail to support@cracku.in. We wanted to just build a community which is more positive, which is more motivating to everyone.
One last few things that I will say. There is a locker facility. Don't worry. I see a lot of questions that okay, what will happen if I wear specs or anything like that. You guys are like worrying too much. This is just the anxiety speaking. They are not like looking at you and trying to remove you. As long as you look reasonably the same, etc., you will be taking the exam. Don't worry about these minor things. Just make sure that you have the right photo ID. You have the photos that are there on the admit card. Everything will be fine. Okay, the guys who have permanent jewelry, try to see if you can remove the jewelry, because all of that is just going to create a fuss over there and it is going to affect you before going into the exam. You don't want that. Okay, so try to see what you can do. If you can do, remove the permanent jewelry tomorrow itself, so that it doesn't create a fuss in the exam. Okay,
Somebody was asking why I'm smirking so much.
he's not taking the exam, that's why he's like so happy.
I'm happy because I'm not taking the examination, so I'm like super relieved. And somebody is also asking if we'll have a session tomorrow. We don't have any session tomorrow. I don't want to put too much stress on the last day. Last day, just do whatever you're comfortable doing. That should be sufficient.
Yeah, guys, I see a lot of people are just worried and stressed. I believe that all of you have, I see so many people who are on this stream who have come regularly, who have been like very, very diligent in their work. I believe in you. You should also believe in yourself. That self belief will actually carry you over the threshold. So if you're worried that, okay, if my mock scores are low, my section scores are low, all of that, you have to believe that on the exam day, you will overcome it. You have to really believe that you have put in the effort and it will work on that particular exam day. I want you guys to visualize it when you sit in the exam center, when you close your eyes. I want you to actually have a positive visualization that you will be calm, that you will answer questions properly, you will read the RC properly, you will answer to the best of your ability. In LRDI set, you're going to take a minute to figure out which sets are good, and then you're going to select and solve them. In quant, you will be calm, you will try to see all the easy questions, you will actually attempt a lot of easy questions first, then the moderate questions, etc. I want you to visualize a positive experience. I want you to visualize that you're going to do well, because all of these things essentially help reduce stress. They also are self-fulfilling in many ways. So I want you to actually use the time before the exam starts to reduce stress, to have a positive mindset before the exam starts.
Okay, guys, that is it from us. I know that all of you are nervous and it is okay. Just try to calm yourself down and give your best. We'll again see you after the examination is over.
Okay, guys, best of luck, and don't worry. If you have any more doubts, you can comment on the video. We'll try to answer all of them. We are always looking at the comments and trying to answer them. If you have not been able to answer your questions, please just comment on the video. We'll answer it. But most of these worries are unfounded. They're just anxiety. They're just stress. You have to overcome this, and you can do well in the exam. Okay, guys. So best of luck, and see you after CAT.